What up, you beauties? Welcome back to my room, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to this freaking video. We're getting into it, guys. We're getting into Nerf guns. This is by far the most basic one that I know exists. We're going to show you how to modify this, and it'll make going forward a heck of a lot easier. But once you have the fundamentals down of really how a Nerf gun works, the rest of them are kind of simple. It's just they get slightly more complex, but not really. They're pretty simple the whole way through. So guys, without further ado, let's get to it, and stick around to the end of this video or skip to it if you really don't want to watch this, and I'm going to explain really how I'm going to give them all away eventually. Okay, so on we go. This is going to be the really boring part, which is taking all the screws out. For this one, there's one on the other side, and there's like 10 or 15 on this side, probably not 15. There's one on the other side of this, there's 4 in here, and then there's a mess of them under here. But let's just get to it. I'm going to take this apart, speed right through it, and then I'll explain the insides a little bit. Okay, so we made it. Now all the screws are out. For this gun, it's not really all that hard. There's only, I think, one length of screw the whole way through. Kind of neglected to mention that earlier. Basically, whenever you're taking a bigger gun apart, you're probably going to want to separate the screws, maybe even draw a picture as to where they're going to go. For the simple reason being, a lot of them do have different size screws. This one, like I said, is pretty easy, being that it's only one size. Keeps it nice and simple, which is why we're starting with this one. So, without any more hesitation, let's open her up and see what's going on the inside. So this side's pretty naked. It's really just a cap, really, for it, and keep everything kind of contained. But this is the guts of this gun. Now, basically, this is cocked back using this guy here. This bar right in there goes through this spring, which you actually can't see. It'll go through this spring up here, pull on this, which will compress the spring, and then basically if I get rid of the spring, I can show you how it latches. So that'll latch onto there. Using that, when you pull the trigger, the spring will push this forward, which is going to give you your airflow to project the dart forwards. Now, one sneaky thing they do, if you look down here, you'll notice there's a little orange piece. That orange piece is also backed up with a spring, which you can't really see. It's kind of buried in here, but basically there's a little spring in here that is pushing basically what's referred to as an air restrictor into the chamber, which is effectively going to make the dart fire softer or keep it a lot safer in respect of Nerf. So basically what we're going to do is get rid of that and make the spring slightly longer, maybe just by stretching it out. I'm not going to do any conversion kits for these, simply because if you guys aren't really all that comfortable with modifying them, it defeats the purpose of really giving them away. Modified springs do still require more effort in general, being that they will in turn give you more probability of breaking things, and I don't want you guys to have to rip a gun apart constantly that you won. That kind of defeats the purpose of winning something. Okay, so now to get rid of the air restrictor, which is the orange piece that you can sort of see down there. The camera's not quite focusing, and I'm sorry, but it's a piece that's right in the middle. That is surrounded by another orange piece which penetrates through the bottom of it, which is basically controlled by a spring, but we're going to get rid of all of that, compliments of my lovely drill. Okay, so little pieces are starting to snap out now. Let's back this out just so I can show you guys what's going on here. So the little piece I was talking about that has a spring on it is attached to these little pieces here. Those are still part of your air restrictor, so it's all good stuff. It's all coming out. And by good stuff, I mean bad stuff. It's good that it's coming out. Okay, so now we have the air restrictor out, and we have little tabs out. But if you look down the bottom, there's still stuff down there. Basically what we want to aim to do is make this hollow tube, basically like a PVC tube, which we can get into later. But now that you kind of get that, if you guys are comfortable with the drill, it's definitely a lot easier. If you can't use a drill, if you're not allowed to, or you're not comfortable with it, shoving a screwdriver down this way and kind of just giving a good whack. Make sure it's on a flat surface, and if you have something to hold on to it, that'd be cool. But basically just hammer through there, and usually the bulk of it will pop out. I'm just gonna clean this up, guys, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, so now this is a little cleaner. You can sort of see down it mostly. And now we're really ready to put it back together. So this is the basics. Take out the air restrictor, stretch the spring out a little bit. It doesn't really do anything in terms of a longevity thing, simply because it will recompress, but you can kind of pull it out a little bit to give it a little bit of extra spring. But let's get back to assembly and throw this together in super sane speed. I'll see you guys in a second. And that's all there is to it, guys. Pretty simple, right? Couple springs. Well, we really only went over one, but there's I think a total of 3 in there. That is the basic of basic. They will get slightly more complex as we kind of dive into it, but really not all that much. But really, if you're here now, whether you watch the whole video or you skip to the end, you want to know how exactly you're going to win these things. So I've decided I'm going to do a total of 5 giveaways, which may turn into 6, really depending on how many guns I have to cannibalize for parts as we kind of move along through this. Effectively, what I want to do is give you guys the chance of winning a combination of 2 guns. So you'll win a primary as well as a secondary. They'll have matching or complementing paint schemes. They'll both be modified. I just think it's a better way to win them, and it makes it a little bit more exciting. And then we can move on to another giveaway, because who the heck knows, and why the heck not? Anyways, guys, take care. I'll see you soon. Probably Saturday, believe it or not. I think we're going to start a Saturday thing, but I'll see you guys soon.